Many Missouri taxpayers could get a one-time refund up to $500 per individual under a plan endorsed by state senators. This comes as a way to help offset inflation while whittling down a state surplus. The Senate proposal is also similar to one passed previously by the House, but it will also apply to fewer people at a lower cost to the state. The plan needs a final Senate vote to go to the House and then on to Missouri Governor Mike Parson. Individual taxpayers earning up to $150,000 annually and married couples with an AGI of up to $300,000 could get a one-time refund up to $500 per individual and $1,000 per couple under the Senate plan. Refunds could be prorated to keep the total cost below a cap of $500 million. The House plan contains a similar size refund, but Democrats who opposed the Republican-backed House plan had argued it was tilted toward the wealthy. Under either plan, people must pay taxes to be eligible for a refund. In practice, people will receive a $1 refund for each $1 of tax owed until the tax bill reaches the refund limit of $500. The Senate Appropriations Chairman, a Republican who sponsored the plan, described it as a rebate of your hard-earned tax dollars. He said inflation was driving up the cost of living and cutting into people's earnings. And the Senate Minority Leader, John Rizzo, a Democrat, added the income eligibility limitation to the bill. He said it focused the tax relief on middle-income people who have been through very tough times during the last few years. Lawmakers are considering tax breaks as they are wrapping up work on a record large state budget, swelled by strong state tax collections and an influx of federal crisis aid. The two chambers face a May 13th deadline to agree on legislation. Now, there are also several states that are currently offering stimulus money to residents. This includes California, Delaware, Maine, and Colorado. But not all residents will qualify for this extra cash payment. Millions of Colorado residents will be eligible for a tax refund this summer, with payments worth $400 for individual filers and $800 for joint filers. The goal of this program is to help provide some inflation relief for Coloradans, and will be a big help for people who are struggling due to record high inflation. About 3.1 million Colorado residents will be eligible to receive this tax rebate. In order to qualify, you must be a full-time resident of Colorado with a residence in the state. You must also live in Colorado for at least half the year. Eligibility will be determined by your 2021 tax return, which must be filed by May 31st in order to qualify. Last year, California passed two stimulus packages, the first and second Golden State stimulus checks. The California residents who qualify for payments under the first stimulus package will receive payments worth up to $600 for individual filers or $1,200. Residents who qualify for the second round of payments will receive up to $1,100. And unlike some of the other state stimulus programs, Indiana's tax rebate will not be capped at a certain income level. Any person who filed taxes in the state of Indiana before January 3rd this year will be eligible for a one-time payment. Folks, that's good news with the fourth stimulus check, and I can't wait for President Biden to approve more stimulus bills. Earlier than last year, tax filing season begins Monday. The IRS has said that taxpayers should remember a few things before submitting their returns, as if they want to avoid lengthy delays, especially for those anticipating a refund. Now, any errors can slow down processing of the return and sending back a refund. The IRS said to be sure to collect all documents before preparing for your tax return. Included in that are letters the IRS sent out this month related to advanced child tax credits and the third stimulus checks. Now, these letters are very important to have because they tell taxpayers how much they received of each in 2021. And here's the good news. Taxpayers who had a child join their family in 2021 could be in for an additional $5,000 from the IRS via the economic impact payments and the child tax credit. Those payments were automatically sent to people in 2021 based on previous tax returns. But if a family added a child, they would have no reason to report it to the IRS until it's time to file taxes. That means they may have not received any of the monthly child tax credit payments that they were eligible for. Under the child tax credit increase passed by Congress in 2021, those with children ages 6 to 17 will get $3,000. And presuming the parents fell within the income limits, well, that's good, because that's $1,400 from the economic impact payment, which must be claimed as a recovery rebate credit during your tax seasons. Now, this is really great news for many of you because this means more stimulus checks are coming. I know many of you are also wondering about whether you're receiving the maximum benefits from Social Security. Well, the maximum amount of money you can get from Social Security payments just depends on many factors. In 2022, the maximum is around $3,200 a month for someone filing for full age retirement at age 66. But around $4,100 is the highest benefit in absolute terms for those who qualify and delay applying until age 70. So to be entitled to Social Security, you first need 40 work credits or about 10 years of work. Thank you again for your support, everybody. If you have any questions about this, just tell me in the comments down below. Until next time, have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Mr. President, so we're going to...
I'll be happy to talk about this later. I'm going to get into this issue, okay?
We'll see. We're going to start by asking Tom Lambarger to offer your thoughts first.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. It's an honor to be here.
Supreme Court, Tom?
I'm just going to demur on that one, but it's really an honor to be here. Thank you for inviting me to this event, and I just want to say that.
Come on, guys, let's move this.
I just wanted to say that I think that climate change is the existential crisis of our time, and I know that I would not want to be sitting in my living room with my kids and grandkids and not say that I made every effort I could to address it. And working at a company like Cummins, which has been an innovator for a long time, I think we can make a big investment and a big effort to address climate change in some of the toughest to abate sections in the economy, trucks, construction equipment, and things like that. And that includes batteries, hydrogen fuel cells, and other important technologies. And we are investing significantly in those. But we can't do it alone. The truth is we need investment. Tax credits in the Build Back Better Act for hydrogen and clean trucks will play a big role in getting all of us to invest in infrastructure and other things that we need to get this going. And I just want to say that I think we're out of time. My view is that we're out of time to protect our climate, and we're out of time to make sure that American companies are the ones that lead the world in these technologies. When we invest, we can win and we can create jobs for our workers here in the United States. That's what we intend to do at Cummins, and I think that's what all of us can do if we invest in climate change technologies now. If we wait, not only do we harm the climate, but we make sure that we're not the winners in global competitiveness. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you.
You know, the Build Back Better plan is over $500 billion in climate change initiatives, including the tax credits you referred to. You're one of the world's largest engine manufacturers, and they tell me you have nearly, 60,000 employees now? And, you know, you've talked about being raised, I read a little bit out, you talked about being raised by a single mom who worked through school, caring for you and your brother. And for your employees,